it's Interaction here, and today's video is finally getting around to doing the Q&A. Now, over the last few weeks I've been asking you to send in some questions, and I've now got a few that I can make a video on. So, without further ado, let's sit back, relax and enjoy. Right, question number 1 is, what is your favourite livery? Now, for those who don't know trains so much, a livery is basically the colour scheme of an engine. It can range from BR black, which was around from 1948 to 1950. You can go back even further to the grouping, which there were several. There was LNER, LMS, Southern and Great Western. They were all different colours. Go back even further, you get pre-grouping, which was about 50 different colour schemes. So yeah, there's a lot to choose from, and that's just the steam era. You could even go to diesel, you can go to electric, you can go private. There are so many different liveries. And my favourite, to answer the question, is way back in, I said, the pre-grouping era, which is Great Eastern Railway Royal Blue. Now, this can only be seen on one engine in steam at the moment and 2 other engines in static display. So it's quite a rare livery. So basically it's royal blue, so very dark blue, and the whole engine black underframe, so that's where the wheels are, and with red and black lining, and then gold Great Eastern Railway on the tender or the tank, depending on the engine. So it's a lovely, lovely livery. So that is the answer to question 1. Question 2. So the next question I've been asked is, what is your favourite steam whistle? Another good question. And because there are so many, it's just like liveries, I can't pick a favourite, so I picked 2. So the first is the Gresley 3-chime whistle. Now these were seen only on 2 locomotives, the Gresley A4 Pacifics. Those were the ones going from London to Edinburgh, same class as Mallard, so Mallard has this whistle. There are 6 of them around today, so you can still hear those whistles. And the other engines they were on were the Gresley Mikado 282s, which were from London, Edinburgh and Aberdeen, very heavy trains. So they were seen up in Scotland. None of those are preserved, but they are building 2 new ones, so that's good. The other whistle is the S160 whistle. Which was an American engine actually, so kinda breaking my rules of only British locomotive stuff, but the only reason I like these engines so much is because they came over to Britain for the war, to help in the war effort, and as you know, some people know, I'm building a World War II layout, so it fits quite nicely, and I've grown quite a soft spot for these engines. A couple of years ago I wanted nothing to do with them because they're American design, but the more I've known about them, the more I like them, especially their chuff, which we'll get onto later, and the whistle is a very deep whistle. It does sound very American, and actually the American whistles are something I like about American locos. So the S160 and their whistle, and the Gresley 3-chime whistle. Leading on from question 2, question 3 asks, what is your favourite chuff of an engine? So basically by that, I haven't worded it quite well, but basically by that it means when the cylinders go round, obviously the smoke comes out of the chimney, so it makes a chuff every time it goes round a quarter, the wheels, so it goes chuff, 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 basically like that. But obviously it sounds a lot better than me. And my favourite ones, again, it's just so hard to pick because there's so many different types, but I've found 3 clips of my 3 favourites, and I'll show them to you now. So my top 3, number 3 is probably the Black 5, so that's a big class of engines. 18 of them have been preserved, and this one sees one of them at Shenfield Station. That has the most loudest station start I have ever heard. It echoes so much. Is a Britannia class 462 express engine, and quite rightly this one's called Britannia. It's the prototype engine number 7000. It's the 70,000, I think. Don't quote me on that. But this was in 1990, so obviously it's not my clip. But it's of her storming through Surbiton Station in South London, and just the sound and the whistle combined. I do like the Britannia whistle. That's going to be in my top 5 whistles, but both the speed of the engine was going, like I said, the Black 5 was a very slow start, but the Britannia is going full speed here, and it sounds brilliant. My last favourite is actually the S160 again. As I said before, how I like the chuff of them. Again, they sound very American because they are. And this last one is of 2 of them double heading in winter 2017 up at the Churnet Valley Railway, and this was up a very steep incline, so they had to work hard, and the sound coming out of them was amazing. question 4 is a big one. What is your favourite steam engine? Again, it's really hard. And I have several, if I'm perfectly honest. I will pick one from each region. So in the 30s there was LNER, which is all eastern and going up to Scotland, that region. LMS, which was the west, but sort of from London up to Scotland again. Great Western, which was all down in the West Country, and Southern, which was all Southern England. So one from each region. That can also include the pre-grouping companies that came before it. So yeah, let's go. For the LNER, it would have to be the Great Eastern Railway H88s. Or for those of you who don't know what a H88 is, in the LNER it was called a D16. Now these were 440 mixed, kind of express, but just passenger. It could be used for freight. It's all sort of a very all-round engine. I think I love their styling. The liveries as well did a lot for me. The Great Eastern Blue was one of them. And but yeah, none of them survived. But they are going to build a new one, which I am backing to the end. There's 8753 Phoenix. Go check out their website. They are building a new Claude Hamilton. Yes. And then for the LMS. Now LMS I've never really liked, unfortunately. It never really caught my attention. It's just not something I like. The LMS is a region I really stay out of. But if I had to choose one, it would be the Patriot. They are a class of 460 express engines, and again none of them survived, but they're building a new one, which is why I'm backing the Patriot so much. They're nearly complete. I mean, the D16, unfortunately all it's got complete is the buffer beam, which is the red bit at the front. So yeah, that's going to be until probably about 2030 until that's finished. But the Patriot is going to be completed next year, so very close. For the Southern Railway, it would have to be the Southern Railway Q1 class. Which they were built for the war, and as you know, I've got a model of it now. That they are my favourite. I absolutely love them. But let's say there's only one been preserved, and that's at the National Railway Museum. You'll see that in an upcoming video, and you'll also see my review on the model version. So a lot of the Southern Railway Q1. And for the Great Western, the last one of all, I would have to pick the Great Western 48, 58 and 14XX. They're all basically the same engine, the 14, the 58 and 48, but basically they started life as a 48. The 58 was the same engine but didn't have the auto train equipment, which was a complicated way of controlling the train from either the engine itself or a coach. So you could get in a coach and control the train from the coach, basically. So you've got the 58 which weren't fitted with that, but then they were all, I think the 48s were all reclassified into 14s, as the Churchwood oil burning engines were classified 48s. So they all got mixed around a bit. But yeah, they're my favourite Great Western. You will recognise them if you've seen the Titfield Thunderbolt. They're a very iconic engine and they're a lot of people's favourites. The next question is, what is your favourite preserved railway? Now, it would have to be down to ones I haven't and ones I have visited, because unfortunately, big preserved railways, I haven't visited very many. Sadly, transport has cut me off from a lot of the big name railways. So I will say my favourite ones that I haven't visited, I just judge them on other people's videos of actual reviews and how they're generally seen in the railway community, and then I'll go on my personal ones I've been to, my favourite. So the ones I haven't been to that I would class favourites are the West Somerset. I very nearly went there once, but it got cancelled. But just sheerly because of the length. I've driven it in Train Simulator. Maybe not great, but I've still driven it. It's a very nice route from what I can see, and I just can't wait to go and visit it. The Great Central Railway, obviously I like that one, the southern part of it. I like that one because it's a double track. Simply put, it's the only double track one left. I am going to go and film it this year though, so ooh, big great thing, right? That's good. That'll be on my channel in season 2, so that's something to look forward to. And I think the other one would have to be the North Yorkshire Moors Railway. Again, I was close to going to see it, but I haven't got a chance. It's just the scenery, I think, does it for me there. And Grosmont Station really looks nice. And as well, just an honourable mention to the Bluebell. The Bluebell Railway is the first ever preserved standard gauge railway. I really want to go there for some of the locos. I really do like the South Eastern and Chatham engines. And I just really want to go and see all the classic ones like Stepney, Bluebell, all the P tanks. You'll know what I mean if you've seen the Bluebell. So the favourite ones I have been to is probably going to be the North Norfolk. The North Norfolk Railway is up at Sheringham. You'll know because I've featured it on my channel before, season 1, episode 3. Go check it out. Shameless plug. Go check that out. In all seriousness, it's a great railway. Go visit it yourself. It's a 5-mile heritage railway up in Norfolk. Goes from Sheringham to Holt. It's got superb scenery, some very nice engines, including the sole surviving Y14 in Great Eastern colours, which is my favourite. It's got a B12 there as well, which is lovely. It's got Black Prince, a standard 9F. It's got so many engines. It's got a visiting one there at the moment, the N2, which is a nice one. And it's got its Grand Steam Gala on the 1st and 2nd of September, which, no promises, it's the first time I'm saying this on my channel, but I may be able to go and visit again. I visited once before the Grand Steam Gala last year. I may be able to go again, and I'll do something special for that one, because it will be the season 2 premiere this time. I will do something special, not just film it. Stay tuned for that announcement. So those are my favourite railways, both not preserved, well, no, sorry, preserved, where I've been to, and ones I haven't been to. I would like to say, just add a couple more in, just before I finish this question. A couple more I do like. Yeah, they technically, why I haven't said it now, like first, but they're narrow gauge. I quickly like to mention one that I haven't been to, one I have, and one that they're both I like. The one I haven't been to, or I'll say the one I have first, is the Bure Valley Railway. Again, season 1, episode 1, I covered that. I'm not too happy with the footage because it was on an old camera. I only got 13 minutes of clips, and I've edited it on, wait for the cringe, Windows Movie Maker. So yeah, it wasn't a greatly edited movie. I edit it all on iMovie now, so it's a lot better, and I've got an iPhone 6 camera, so I feel like the Sheringham, I can get up to 80-90 minutes of video if I wanted to. So that's a lovely railway, 9 miles, and it is single track though, but it's got 9 purpose-built engines, and it's a very, very nice railway. I will be visiting it again soon. And the other one I haven't been to, I desperately want to go to, that is another narrow gauge line, same gauge as the Bure Valley, is the Romney Hythe and Dymchurch Railway. And that is, I think, around about the same length, but half of it is double track, which is why I like it so much. There's 14 engines there, and a lot of them are based on sort of real life variants, including there is one there that's based off Flying Scotsman, which is quite a nice thing. And just out of saying, last year those two met up, the actual Flying Scotsman and the 1/3 scale replica. Anyway, lovely railway. It's just basically a bigger version of the Bure Valley, so you see why I want to go to it. Last question then is, what has been your favourite episode? Now, That's a tough one because there is, for me, because I, how it works is 2017, I went out and filmed, so all the way back from May was the first one I filmed. All the way back from then, I filmed all of the episodes right up until September, when then I started releasing them to the public. Just like this year, I'm going to, like, early 2018, starting in not next week, I'm filming in half term, so not the weekend at the end of half term, but the weekend after, so the 24th is when I'm going to start filming for season 2. In fact, I've already held back a couple of season 1 episodes I was going to release in season 1 for season 2 as well, so I've got three amounts of content for season 2 ready. So the point is, I record it all early. I pre-record, apart from episodes like this, the channel update, and some other ones, I pre-record everything, so it's a very blurred line. I can't remember which ones I have uploaded, which ones I haven't, but the ones I haven't uploaded I'll say in a minute, but the ones I have uploaded, so season 1 episodes 1 through to 6, I will have just uploaded by the time this goes up. I'm going to upload it like today, as after I film this, and this will be uploaded hopefully at the end of the middle of half term, I'd say. So it'll be from I keep saying seasons, episodes 1 through 6. Which ones are my favourites? So let me just recite them. Episode 1 was the Beer Valley, 2 was the fact file on the Y14, which is getting remade, just saying, because I don't like it. 3 was North Norfolk, 4 was train spotting, 5 was modelling, 6, oh wait, 5 was the workshop, 6 was more spotting. So actually we're going to be on episode 7 by the time this video comes out. So, and 7 was Combo, the Mid Suffolk, and the East Anglia Road museums. So which one? I will have to say probably the North Norfolk Grand Gala was my favourite to film. Just the whole day was perfect. Couldn't have asked for better. And I think episode 4 has got to be up there because we've got Flying Scotsman in it. If you haven't seen the video, that's a spoiler. Yeah, we get Flying Scotsman on the rail tour coming through. So both 3 and 4 are both probably highlights for me. I don't know, yeah, I think 3 and 4 are my favourites. The ones I haven't released yet, because there's a lot more, I really like the actual bonus video we're getting at the end of the season. It's not trains, but it's near trains. It's trams, trolley buses. There is a narrow gauge railway there, but it's the East Anglian. No, it's not. It's the Carlton Colville East Anglian Transport Museum, not Railway Transport Museum. That's it. I say it's Carlton Colville near Lowestoft, and it's probably one of the only ones in the region that's got working trams, trolley buses, railways. It's got all sorts there. It's a lovely place, and it's going to be released at the end of season 1. Also, York was an absolute perfect thing to film. It was a lovely trip, and that's coming out in season 1. No, 2, sorry. That's going to be early season 2 that's coming out. And what else has been good that I haven't released yet? The North Norfolk Railway, I went up there in June for the Tracks and Trenches Gala, which was quite nice. It wasn't a sort of superb one, but it was the return of the WD number 90775. So that was so if I'd have released it at the time, which I wasn't going to, that would have actually been, and I searched, it would have been the first ever footage of the WD on YouTube, like since overhaul, because it's been out of service since 2009, and it just come back last year, 2017. So it would have been the first footage, but no, I didn't start uploading until September, and I didn't upload the WD Tracks and Trenches Gala because I had the Sheringham Grand Gala, and I didn't want to have 2 Sheringham ones in the space of 2 months. So yeah, that's my favourites. So that's 5 Q&A questions. If we get to 100 subscribers soon enough, I may do another Q&A, but it's been quite a while getting all these questions. We hit 50 subscribers, I think, just over Christmas, which is great. Yes, it was, because I filmed on the 26th. We just hit 50, so yeah. The reason why it's taken so long is just because lack of questions. I haven't had many people ask me the questions. I've said send them in, but it's just taking a while to get it all together. And then I've had mocks, so I haven't had time to film, and just, yeah, busy. But yeah, if you did enjoy, please leave a like, subscribe to get to 100, to get another Q&A if you want it. And yeah, I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.